Right. Hey guys, this is HD Husky here with HD StarCraft on our show match between the two brothers Tasteless and Day9. This is brought to you by iRip. Just go to Google, check them out. Before this game gets started, I do want to mention go to day9tv.blip.tv. That is where you can find lots of VODs of Day9 from his Day9 Daily, as well as the handsomenerd.com by Tasteless. That is owned by Tasteless and Artosis, so that's kind of their little hangout, so you can definitely go check that out as well. So the map is going to be Kulas Ravine, and we're just waiting for them to spawn. But anyways, how you doing, HD?
Just had to take a little bit of a sip there. Yes, we are going to be seeing yet another game here. Day9 going to be spawning as Zerg. His opponent going to be Protoss, so it is going to be a ZVP. I think this is going to favor the Zerg player, just the map in general, because you can really grab that expansion out. Protoss player can't really do much about grabbing a fast expansion, nor can he really apply that early pressure, especially considering they're cross-positional. Another thing is that Tasteless is actually spawning as his best race, so I guess that kind of will even things out just a little bit. We'll see. We'll see what the players try to do.
I'm definitely curious to see. I'm glad we got a Zerg versus Protoss. Always a fun matchup to watch. We've basically seen, it seems like Tasteless and Day9 do end up as Zerg versus Protoss quite a bit against each other, and it always seems like Day9 gets the Zerg while Tasteless gets the Protoss. We actually saw that in our HDH.
That is right. That is right. So we'll see what happens here as Tasteless Day9's moving his Overlord just across the map. He is actually kind of moving it towards the mid-center, if you can kind of see, which is kind of cool because he's going to get to that front choke and then he's going to see that, oh, there's nothing there. So he'll probably just move straight away to the top right-hand corner. And it looks like Tasteless is going to throw down a gateway and he's just going to play pretty standard, going to wall off his front door. Both players really do need to scout early on in this game because it is a 4-player map and it is random versus random.
I would probably, if you're a Protoss player, I'd probably scout after Pylon and definitely scout early as a Zerg player with that drone. Your Overlords are going to take way too long to get effective scouting in. Once again, it looks like Day9 got to be getting early gas as well as an early spawning pool. So no super early hatchery here as he is getting that gas before hatchery. And it does look like Tasteless continuing to chrono boost his workers, so it should be up to Tasteless to have to defend against whatever Day9 is going to throw at him.
I think Day9 is going to probably produce some speedlings. He's probably going to get the speed research. Look at the timing on that. He's going to have 100 gas when the spawning pool is done, and he's probably going to get speedlings right away. Now, he hasn't grabbed an expansion yet. Oh, he's actually moving a drone to the bottom right-hand corner, and oh, he's just moving that for scouting purposes. He still doesn't know where Tasteless has spawned. Neither has Day9. Neither player knows where the other player has spawned yet. So now we do have the spawning pool out. And he is getting a Zergling as well as a Queen. Now, as soon as he gets 100 minerals, is he? Yes, he is going to get the metabolic boost. And he's going to try to apply some early pressure with his Speedlings.
Day9 just leaving one drone in gas, so Tasteless is going to move his probe down here. He's going to know that the speed is on the way, and so he's going to have to deal with that accordingly. A little miss micro there with that probe, going to take a couple of hits, but his shield should be recharging in no time. And so he is going to be getting a Zealot out right now, and I think he realizes, oh, there's going to be Speedlings. Oh, that drone actually blocked that probe. That probe didn't make that pylon, and Tasteless, I think he's
going to get supply blocked, dude.
Yeah, I think he thinks he made that pylon, and uh-oh.
Yeah, he's gonna be supply blocked. That drone was kind of like the interceptor, like the greatest interceptor you've ever seen, just like coming in there and stopping the pylon at the last possible second. He is gonna get another pylon right now, but he is gonna be a little bit supply blocked, I would assume. Now, yeah, he's 26-26. Day9 moving out with some of his Zerglings right now. The speed is almost nearly done. He is grabbing an expansion while his Zerglings are moving across the map. His plan is to keep Tasteless contained with these Speedlings, and while doing that, grab an expansion.
Oh, you know what sucks is I think he planned to have that pylon there and then use the force field to block it off, but now he just allowed 4 Zerglings to get in here. Now the robotics is going to be spotted, so that hero ninja drone is really messing up Tasteless right now.
You know what Tasteless would do, which I think would be absolutely hilarious, which he's done already? is once he gets rid of these speedlings, which who knows how long that'll take, they're actually doing some considerable damage. Once he gets rid of these speedlings, cancel the robotics and then throw down like 3 more gateways and go 4 gate.
Yeah, the problem is that I don't think he's going to kill these in time,
Yeah.
so I don't think it's
that
gonna work.
robotics is pretty much fully committed. So
Yeah, at
he's
this point,
going to be getting robotics.
Yeah, he has to keep it pretty much at this point. It looks like he's finally... Nope, they're still running around, just skipping around, having, you know, a lot of fun. And it looks like Tasteless is actually going to lag this game. The new BattleNet, man, has just been so bad, especially with lag, especially since we're connecting Korea and North America. So this sucks for Tasteless, but he didn't take as much damage as he could have.
The important thing is Day9 kept that Zergling alive until the robotics facility was fully warped in. So Day9 was able to see, okay, no tricks this time. And I know Day9 really wanted to make sure that robotics facility wasn't going to get canceled. So now he knows that it is some sort of, 3-gate robo facility tech. Probably going to be Immortals on the way. Yes, it is an Immortal. And Tasteless now getting his warp gate technology on the way. So Day9 is going to be feeling pretty comfortable throwing down a precautionary spine crawler, but he is on 2 bases. He does have 5 more drones, and he's going to have a much more powerful economy compared to the Protoss.
I'm kind of surprised he's leaving his entrance this wide open. I hope he pulls his army back right now. Otherwise, he's going to have a bunch of Zerglings in his base, which I guess... Oh, wait, where are they going? Nope, they turn around, so I guess they're not going to run in there quite yet. And he did actually get an Immortal out, and one thing I noticed is that Day9 only had 1 gas. He has the other one on the way, so I'm kind of guessing he's going to get a Hydralist in, which he does have on the way. Zerglings are running into the main. This is what I'm talking about, but there should be enough Stalkers to hold this off.
Yeah, these speedlings aren't going to be able to do too much right now. Day9 actually kind of saying to his opponent, look, I'm not really producing that much more Zerglings, although, well, he's got a lot more at home. So I guess Day9 saying it went in there just to scout and make sure the robotics was still there, although I'm sure he saw it go up. But now, if he didn't know, well, he's fully confident at this point in the game. He's got a lot of speedlings, man. Wow, he has got 29 speedlings on the map, and that is pretty much it. Production tab showing more speedlings, Hydralist range on the way, but no actual Hydralist being produced. We do have a couple more speedlings running into the main of Tasteless right now, so we'll see what kind of economic damage he can do. If he can get on those probes on the gas, then Day9 might forget to get 3 probes on the geyser, which could be huge. That would be a very big setback.
Yeah, Tasteless is trying to put some pressure here. Look, he's actually breaking down the back door to this expansion, although if Day9 moves out with these Zerglings, they are just all going to run into the main. So this is just showing Day9 altering his build just a little bit. He had the Hydralist in, sure, he's actually getting the Hydralist range still, but he saw that Tasteless had a bunch of Immortals, and he's just like, well, I'm going to make Speedlings so I can kill those Immortals no problem. And apparently lag, there we go, it's fixed now. But yeah, it looks like Tasteless could actually maybe sit on this high ground and start causing some damage at this expansion. I'm surprised that Tasteless is actually going to break down these rocks so quickly. He needs to be careful of a Speedling counterattack, which is what I think we're going to see.
Oh my goodness, a huge Speedling counterattack, but no, Day9 is going to fall back as he realizes that the forces have broken down the back door. There is a Stalker on the high ground as well. These Speedlings are going to surround, but there's a lot of force fields, about 3, but there are no Zealots in this composition. Uh-oh, Tasteless, I think, is going to just die here. Yeah, I think that's going to be all she wrote.
Yeah, basically you have to put the force fields on top of your army and not... I mean, he put them so far out that they actually weren't protecting his units at all.
Well, he only had 1 force field, 1 sentry, so he had no Zealots or force sentry, so he didn't anticipate this many Speedlings, I think.
Exactly. That. Oh, 1 Immortal. What are you doing out here? Good night, Immortal. And so, yeah, this is exactly what you have to do as a Zerg player. If you see your opponent going these Immortals, then just mass up Zerglings, because you can kill those Immortals extremely easily. So now Tasteless definitely got to be playing from behind, getting these 4 Zealots just now, but I think it may be a little bit too late.
And you know what it was? I think when Day9 moved in with his small pack of 6 Zerglings, Tasteless automatically thought, okay, that's all the Speedlings you've got, and so I feel comfortable not producing that many Zealots or Sentries, and he actually got a lot more Stalkers and Immortals, thinking maybe there was going to be more Roaches or Hydras or something, but nope, Day9 has nothing but pure Speedling and maybe a couple Hydras, and he is breaking down this backdoor rock to the high ground expansion, and once that gets broken down, all hell is going to break loose. Hell is going to break loose because there's going to be 2 huge doors into Tasteless's base.
I'm not sure what Day9 is doing with these Zerglings. He kept dancing them back and forth. Now he is getting shot by these Stalkers, so good control there by Tasteless. But Tasteless is just now getting his expansion. Looking at the income tab is a very sad story indeed, as it is 600 minerals, and he's only got 22 harvesters, less than half of what Day9 has. So I think Day9's just going to play conservative here. He could just, at this point, run into the main, but Force Fields could delay it. So I think he wants to do a backdoor bust, and that's exactly what he's doing with these Hydras. And I don't know if Tasteless has what it takes to hold this off other than Force Fields to delay it.
Well, he can delay it with Force Fields for a while. Well, it looks like he's actually going to be prepared for an engagement here. He did summon that Guardian Shield. Oh, the Force Field's just way too late. Bad reaction there. That's going to be it for Tasteless. There's no way he's going to be able to hold this off. Yeah, no way he's going to be able to hold it off.
Alright, so there's GG. Yeah, he had to split those Zerglings in half. Did it a little bit too late. So that was really a good tech switch there by Day9. Instead of going for Hydras, just go in the Mass Ling. I'm going to start right now. Hey guys, this is HCSky, and we just finished that game. It was a Zerg versus Protoss on Kulas Ravine, and we basically saw Day9. He threw down a Hydralisk in, and then I mean, Day9 can clarify, but I think once he saw possible Immortals, he decided just to Mass Ling there. So Day9, you want to shed a little bit of light on exactly what you did?
Yeah, well, similar to how the other series have gone, when you play a random versus random, you kind of have to either do a generic build that's like okay against everything, or do some sort of weird, funky build that's great versus 2 and not so great versus, you know, the others. So I opened up with a really fast gas to get link speed very quickly, and it ended up working so that I could scout into his base. And when I saw the robotics facility go down, and the fact that I had speed meant that I was able to circle quite a few more times. So, you know, unlike our HGH game, I actually got to see the robotics facility finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was absolutely critical that you kept your Lings alive to see that.
Yeah. I wish I would have killed more probes, but, you know, I left a lot red. So
well, I just want to mention, when you sent in your scouting drone, it actually blocked Tasteless. He had a pylon queued up, and it intercepted the probe that was making a pylon at the choke.
Yeah, that was weird. I was like, what? Why didn't that thing make?
Yeah, there are some funky glitches where, like, if the worker bumps into something, not even like if it's sitting on top of it, but just if he just, like, collides with something, the game's like, oh, I guess you wanted me to attack instead of build that thing, so I'll just attack. And you're like, no.
Yeah, and so that left his
Please
door
don't.
wide open, and then you ran in there, and it's just like, oh no, like that was like a ninja drone blocking off the entrance. So I think that ended up hurting Tasteless.
Totally intentional, yeah.
Yeah,
the fact that I could...
Oh, go ahead.
the fact that I could scout in there, and that I saw like the robotics facility go to completion, and in particular saw that second gateway going down, I was like, okay, it's going to be a big Immortal push, so I literally just straight up mass linged, because judging how good your lings are going to do, it just feels a lot more difficult in this game, so I got lings to an excess, and to be honest, if Nick hadn't pushed through the back and I hadn't pinched him, it would have been like a very different result, so it was actually a lot closer than it may have seemed.
I was a little bit surprised by how many lings you had. I wasn't sure. I'm still to this day not entirely sure the best way to play on this map, Protoss versus Zerg.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough. So what I thought, at least at the start, was that maybe I can carve a hole into the back of his base and put stalkers up there, and then maybe battle lings in that way. And then, you know, I got a few glimpses of Zerglings, and it looked to me like he was counterattacking for a second, or I thought he was. And I thought, well, let me see if I can sneak in here, and and try to do some damage, engage these Hydras and Lings. And I wasn't entirely sure, so I left one stalker up there so you'd move your drones. But yeah, I don't think there's any way I could stop that many Lings. I tried using the force fields, but I've been having a tough time. There's just like maybe like a half a second or a second and a half delay here with the lag, which is making the force field a little bit tough.
Yeah.
So that was another problem, but I don't know if that would change the outcome.
Yeah, we did notice that the force field seemed like a little bit too late, because it looked like you're trying to cut those lings in half and not let them get up there. But yeah, so Sean, or maybe you know Tasteless, but on this map, if the Zerg player is getting that many Zerglings, I mean, what do you do? I mean, because Immortals obviously aren't that good of a choice because they just get owned. But I'm just kind of curious, because I always lose to Mass Ling, and I think a lot of people do. And so, like, what's a good counter for Protoss in the kind of same situation that Nick was in?
Yeah, I don't have any problem pulling back and just taking my high ground, because then Zerg just has a ton of Zerglings. And even though the high ground is only 7 minerals, it's still 2 gas. So if you can get some Colossi up, then you can just abuse the terrain like crazy, and this big army that was initially going to be for a push can be used to bolster those Colossi for a nice mid-game army. So personally, on that map, I like opening up 2 warp gates and a robotics facility, getting the Immortals and knocking down the back rock, just like Nick did. I mean, that's like knocking down the back rock before you push is one of those essential components to a good push on that map. Just so you have somewhere safe to expo. But then, like, just to be like a little bit more passive, or like I honestly think that if you had pushed to my high ground, but then not destroyed the second set of rocks, I would have been in a lot more problems.
Yeah, that's what I thought, and then I had this fear because of that. Well, he could counterattack me. I guess I could try to hold it that way, but I just wasn't entirely sure the way to go from there. But yeah, I mean, for me, I want to do something early game on a map like that, and I couldn't try that. I thought, well, the Immortals will break down the rocks, but then again, if you go mass slings, I mean, my Immortals aren't that effective.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if maybe I should have gotten one Immortal and then actually gotten a fourth gate, stop making Immortals, because the Immortals they do so much damage to the rocks.
You might cut back on your Stalkers, because if you get more Zealots, then you have more Sentries, and like Sentries on Kulos Ravine are just so hard to deal with.
Yeah, I think you're totally right about that.
All right, yeah, cool. On that map, it shows up in a lot of tournaments, and so it's always interesting to see players how they try and handle it. I think Colossus, like you said, are pretty good. Because there's so many cliffs on that map, you can just abuse the hell out of them. We've seen White Raw play really, really well on that map. So, HD, are you still there? You got any questions for him?
No, I think we fleshed out this series pretty well. We did conclude the entire series so far. It was 6 games, best of 7, by the way, and it looks like Tasteless was Tasteless actually fell short. Day9 taking the series 5-2. So, congratulations.
Or 4-2.
Yeah, 4-2.
4-2, excuse me.
Wow,
congratulations.
awesome, cool. I'm winning games I don't play.
Yeah, man, congratulations, Sean. You played really well.
It's a pleasure playing you. Now all I need to learn how to do is to beat you in actual tournaments instead of show matches.
Well, you know, if I can on air, I'd like to challenge Sean again, maybe when StarCraft 2 is actually out, to another show match.
Yeah, we definitely love having you, and we got to thank our sponsor for making this stuff possible. It's definitely good to see Day9 and Tasteless duke it out. People absolutely love it. It's probably my most requested matchup. So definitely, yeah, thanks to you, Sean, and Nick. Thanks for doing it for us. We had a lot of fun. And so if you guys, anyone else has any closing words, if you want to, plug your sites or whatever, we have been, but maybe they'll only visit it, I guess, if you guys say it.
Go to thehandsomenerd.com. We have some clothes on there. We're going to get some new attire up there soon for StarCraft 2 related stuff. We're working on that right now. And also add me on Twitter. I'm Call Me Tasteless.
And I'm Day9. You can get all my video archives at day9tv.blip.tv. My Twitter is also twitter.com/day9tv. And definitely buy Nick's shirts because I own them. And you look cool and proud to be a nerd in them.
And also,
wait, one thing. Also, I will be doing casting stuff in the future for StarCraft 2. I know a lot of people know me as a caster, not just a competitive player. So I have plans for that in the future. So I definitely get ready for that. That's going to be coming up here.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Hopefully there's some pretty exciting stuff from Nick in the future. And also check out Day9's dailies on Team Liquid. They're absolutely awesome. I think everyone loves them. There's usually 3,000 to 4,000 people just chilling out watching that. So, yeah, one big thanks to our sponsor and Tasteless and Day9 for tuning in. So that is going to be it, and we'll see you guys next time.